Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Generals and Rollers. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 12 bucks. So based on my hour of play experience so far, this game, I want to say, is a fairly simplistic version of a war game. It's not as complex of Hearts of Iron, but it's more complex than the board game Risk. In the board game Risk, you're rolling dice and throwing armies at other countries. This game is definitely more advanced than that. In this game, you're going to be growing an army. This army will consist of various units, archers, militiamen, cavalry, all that stuff. And then you're going to be managing research by hiring scientists or researchers. You get research points every turn. It's a turn-based game. You're going to be managing spies, assassins, reconnaissance, and some other things. Again, I've only played for about an hour, and the tutorial, I will say, is pretty lacking for two different reasons. One, it pretends to be interactive, but no matter what you click, it advances to the next screen. I'll show you real quick. Another thing that I don't like is when you click a button in this game and there's a loading process, there is no loading circle telling me that things are processing. The game just freezes. So part of me thinks the game is frozen, and the other part of me is going, well, maybe I should just wait until it's actually done loading. But there's no visible sign that the game is actually thinking in the background. I've clicked tutorial 3 times now, and now my cursor is spinning going, this task is frozen. Do you want to wait until it's done processing, or do you want to close it now? That's what I'm experiencing right now. So, okay, there we go. So the game has finally decided to load the tutorial. Again, some sort of visible cue would have been nice. So, again, this is a scripted interactive playthrough, but I used the word interactive loosely. It goes through the different screens. I'm just going to try and find an example of what I was talking about. Next. Okay, after hiring new scientists, you instantly get some research points. Let's hire some scientists. If I click hire, or if I just let me just click somewhere else. I just clicked on the general window, not actually the hire button. I didn't click on the hire button. I clicked on the number to see if I could change it, and the tutorial automatically advanced to the next section. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it pretends to be interactive, but no matter what you do, no matter what you click, it'll just advance to the next screen. And if you clicked wrong, or just clicked on the wrong area, it'll still advance. So, yeah. And the other issue with this is that it doesn't fully explain what you need to know. It gives you the basic concepts, but it doesn't actually give you the whole picture. For example, I was trying to send troops across the seas to attack a country that I declared war with, but unfortunately, they wouldn't show up, and they wouldn't show up on the list, and I couldn't attack them. So let's just start a new game. And on the new game, you can choose between Europe 1207 or Asia 1207. Just choose Europe. You can unlock World 1207 and World 1750 after completing these other scenarios. Again, this is an instance where you click choose and you have to wait, and you don't know if the game is frozen or if it's still processing in the background. If you're just be patient. Select faction. I highly recommend the Holy Roman Empire to start with. As you can see, there's different stars indicating difficulty. So again, this is where the game is a little lacking. There's a star system in this game. You'll see difficulty represented by stars. You'll see army represented by stars. If you're looking at an enemy country, you'll see stars. And it doesn't really tell you if a lot of stars mean they have a lot of strength, or if that means that you're strong against that army, or what. I'm guessing the number of stars represents quantity. So the more stars, the harder, or the more there are. That's what I'm guessing. That's my best guess. But, I mean, you can start with any country that you want. But I highly recommend Holy Roman Empire. You'll start off in first place automatically. Again, another instance where once you select the country and hit start, it brings up the main menu here. But it's actually thinking in the background. It's trying to load the map. So just be patient while it does that. Okay, so here we are. Like I said, this game is turn-based. If you want to end your turn, upper right-hand corner. On the left-hand side, you've got gold, population, regions, units, research, and rebels. Very bottom, you've got headquarters, army, diplomacy, treasury, research, reconnaissance, news, and ranking. As of right now, it looks like we're in second place as far as the army is concerned, but we can fix that pretty easily. Let's go ahead. Oh, that was weird. Looking on the very top, that's not English. Okay. Oh, by the way, the game starts off in a different language. You actually have to click on the little flags on the bottom of the main menu to change your language. So if it loads that way, don't freak out. Just click on one of the flags on the bottom to change it to the right language. So anyway, let's take a look at our headquarters first and foremost. This is where we can send units by land, send units by sea, or see the units that we currently have in active battles. Right now we have none. But if I were at war with somebody, I could come to this screen, I could click on the action, ground assault or seaborne assault, raid, send assassins I can send regardless if I'm at war. Assassins are like a sneaky way to do damage to their army without actually being at war with them. And then as far as sending units, you don't actually get to choose what units that you want to send. It's just 10% of your army, 20% of your army, 30% of your army, so on, so on, so on. Okay? So yeah, there's send units by land, by sea, and then units in campaign there. Next one is your army. Now there's 3 tabs as well. There's units recruitment, there's information, you can see what they're good against. Again, the game doesn't really... These numbers are hard to judge because it doesn't really... I'm guessing 100 means that's what they're strongest at, but then you've got militia 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I guess militia are the weakest, and they're only slightly better against infantrymen, I guess. But these numbers don't really mean anything to me because I don't know by what unit of measure, well, they're being measured. I just don't know. They're just numbers on a chart. I'm guessing, I mean, out of all of them, 140 is the highest. So I'm guessing the fort is the best against militiamen, against infantrymen, against archer, against cavalry. But again, it's just hard to judge. So my advice is I've just been hiring a mix of all sorts of units. And here's the other thing. Like I was saying, whenever you're sending out an army, you're sending 10% of your units. So you can't choose, well, this country has all of these militiamen, so I'm going to send these because they're great against militiamen. You can't do that. You have to send 10% of your, all of your army, 10% of it. So this rock, paper, scissors is kind of useless because the game is forcing you to send a mix of everything anyway, if that makes any sense. So it's just, the rock, paper, scissors thing seems kind of weird when you're forced to send everything anyway. But anyway. Let's go ahead and recruit some things. We've got infantrymen, there's archers, there's cavalry, there's... okay, so I don't want to spend all of my gold, so let's just do something like that. There's a hire all button in the bottom right-hand corner. Let's go ahead and do that. There is information, like I was showing you, and mercenaries. Now, these are things that you can hire that normally wouldn't be available under recruitment. I don't know why... I guess it's cheaper to hire things that are under your recruitment tab. But if that's the case, why would I ever hire mercenaries? Maybe because you have a population. Maybe that's it. Whenever you hire things under the recruitment tab, you also have to use part of your population to do it. I'm guessing mercenaries, if you're in charge of a small country and don't have a whole lot of population, you may be forced to hire mercenaries at a higher cost. The infantrymen here, 75 gold to hire them, whereas under recruitment it's 60. But then again, you have to spend population to do it. So that's probably why they're listed here as well. I'm not going to worry about militiamen right now. I'm just going to stick with infantrymen, archery, archers, and cavalrymen. Maybe we'll hire... I could do trebuchet. Let's go ahead and do a couple of trebuchets. Okay. And we want reinforcements. Sure. I don't know what this reinforcement is. It looks like a shield of some sort or barrier, but I don't know if they're stationary or what. The game doesn't really explain that. Under reinforcement, it just says attack damage, militiamen. Again, it just gives you a list of things it's good against. I'm guessing you can bring this with you when you're attacking, I guess. All right, anyway, under diplomacy. Now, this is where you can go to declare war on people. You've got neighbors, allies, enemies. You can just filter up here. Neighbors. So let's take a look at, let's see if we can find one that's really weak. Like, we've got Denmark here, right? Let's just click on Denmark. Are they... Okay, so right now we've got a truce with them, and if we want to see that, let's go back to diplomacy, and let's see if we can find Denmark among... Here it is, Denmark. Truce 1 star. Now let's see, this is how negotiations work. Click on negotiations, you've got war, truce, truce star, peace 2 stars, peace 2.5 stars, so on, so on, so on, so on. In order to change your relations with the country, you have to click on the goal button on the right-hand side. Let's say I want to go to war with them. So I'm going to click on that goal button. It's going to take a couple of turns. Every time a turn passes, it'll go up or down by 1 on this chart. So on the next turn, it'll be truce, no stars. Then on the next turn, it'll be war. Okay, and then we'll fight for a little bit, and then automatically we'll go back into a truce state. Not sure why they do that, but like they'll go back into a truce state despite me wanting to do it. But whatever. Okay, so this is the diplomacy screen, treasury. This is what I don't like. As an accountant, I like balance sheets. I like seeing a lot more information than this. Trading with countries. I'm guessing when you're at peace with them, you trade with them, but I want to be able to drill into this and find out more about the 61,000 gold that I'm earning. Where am I getting that from? Am I getting more gold from countries that I have 3-star peace with rather than 2-star peace with? Am I earning anything from truce 1 star? Am I earning... This is what I mean, like, the game gives you a basic understanding of how to play, but doesn't explain this part of it. Where am I getting the 61,000 gold from? What country is giving me the most of that? Because let's say that just, and this is, I'm just throwing out a name. Let's say Poland is giving me 50,000 of the 61,000. I don't want to break off relations with them and attack them. They look small, so I'm like, okay, let's go attack them. But what if they're giving me the majority of this money from profit from trading? I don't want to do that. So I want to see where this gold is coming from, and I can't. And that bothers me. As an accountant, that bothers me. Profit from residence, that's like your taxes. So the larger your population, the more taxes you earn. Research, you get research points. You can hire scientists. I'm going to go ahead and just spend my remaining 162,000 gold here to bring in some more scientists. You get an immediate bonus of research, but you also, I start with 1,300,000 research points. I'm going to go ahead and just bump up my tax. I'll get more money from tax this way. From trading, might as well do that. Profit. Now, profit. I don't understand what profit... I know what profit is. I know what the word profit is. I'm an accountant. Profit from what? Profit from what? What am I getting... What does this profit represent? Profit from trading with countries, profit from residence. So maybe it's a flat bonus to both of these categories. That's what I'm guessing. Gold profit. Maybe it takes the number from both of these categories and gives them a flat bonus. Maybe. That's what I'm going to go with here. Again, profit. Profit can mean anything. Bottom line profit, profit from this category, profit from that category. I'm guessing profit is just from everything. So I might as well just increase it. Sure. So then there's a little red number next. That's how much it's leveled up. Research cost minus 1%. 1%'s not a whole lot. Rebels will come up every now and again, and they will impede your money making, so you have to spend some of your army to deal with them. Diplomacy level, spies. I guess we'll go ahead and hire a spy so I can show you how that works. We'll train one. And unit cost. Oh, I think I just trained 5, but okay. Unit cost. I should probably do that at some point. 5% cheaper now. Seaborne Assault, new unit. After getting 25 levels of this, I'll unlock a new unit. And that seems to be a one-time thing, because in my previous test playthrough, I got to 25 here, level 25, and I couldn't do anything else with it. Assassins, secret police. Assassins, again, are ways to inflict damage on an enemy country without going to war with them. Secret police is your defense against that. And it sort of doesn't tell you here. It should. I wish there were more tooltips explaining what each of these things did. But secret police, from my understanding, will block the assassins should anyone try and do the same thing to you. Free units recruitment. Free units recruitment per turn. Now, it doesn't tell you what units you get for doing this. It just says free unit recruitment effect 1035. So does that mean it's 1035 per unit type, or a total of 1035 split 8 ways amongst all the different units you have? Unit types, it doesn't tell you. So again, there's a lot of things in this game that leave a lot to the imagination, and in a war game, how are you supposed to operate if you're guessing half the time? Recruit trebuchet for free. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We'll do that a couple of times. Okay, so we're getting 10, I guess, per turn. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade our infantrymen. We'll do 15% there. 1, 2, 3 archers and cavalrymen, and I guess upgrade reinforcement. I don't know if we're sure. We'll do that 5. Yeah. There's a research 1 and a research 5. Basically, do you want to increase it by 1 level, or do you want to increase it by 5 levels? That's what these two different windows are. I guess I'll upgrade that just a little bit. Okay, so we've got 596,867 research points left. I'm going to go ahead and throw that into earning more money, because money is the way to go in this game, I think. Profit. Let's go ahead and just improve that as much as possible. Trading. Improve that as much as possible. Okay, so we're out of research points, so we'll just stop that. Reconnaissance. This is where you can spend your spies that you earn on that research screen. So Denmark, let's go ahead and throw an agent there. Just click the little checkbox. Now these army, this is what I was saying with the stars. There's 5 stars under the army, but what's the max stars that you can have? Is it 10? Is it 7? Is it 8? I don't know. Is this, I don't have any way to compare this to what I have. What, if I take a look at my own, army, I've got 7,226 cavalrymen, 7,561 infantrymen, so on, so on, so on, available units. How does that turn into stars? How do I know what is 5 stars? Am I more powerful than 5 stars right now? Am I halfway more? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to compare my physical numbers to stars. I don't know how to do that. I can go a step above that. I don't have any gold, but if I did have gold, I can click on reconnaissance or espionage and get exact numbers. So this is like a rough estimate of what their strength is, but I have no way of, now it would be one thing if the game gave me stars. What if the game said, okay, at the moment you've got, under ranking, let's say it gave me 8 stars under army. Then I could go, okay, I've got 8 stars, they've got 5. That means I've got more than they do, so my army should be bigger. That would work, right? But how do I see how many stars I have? I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't know. So the information giving in this game, it bothers me, in case you haven't figured it out. I know I sound like I'm complaining, but if you're going to make a war game, you need to, as simple as this game might be, you need to make sure this information is available to people so that they know what they're doing. It's common sense. News, in case anything happens from turn to turn, you can find that here. And then your ranking already showed you that. Okay, so I've explained the interface roughly. Let's go ahead and click next turn to earn more gold. Okay, so my news. Truce, our negotiations have degraded between me and Denmark as I planned it. I want to go to war with them. So as a result, if I go to diplomacy and then go to neighbors and then find Denmark here he is. So now we're on the second to last one for war. Are we ready to go to war? I don't know, but let's do it anyway for the benefit of this video. Now, I don't know how religion plays a part. If you click on an actual country profile, you'll see that there's religions here. I don't know how that really ties in. honestly. Dominant religions. I haven't seen... All I've really done is grow armies and throw it at people. That's all I've done in my playthrough. Speaking of which, I should probably get more. Let's get more archers for sure. Sure, more reinforcements there. We'll take more of those. More of those. Sure. More reinforcement. Okay, we've got 39,000 gold left. Do we want any mercenaries? Nah. Okay. Yeah, I don't have... I clicked on my own profile and there's no stars here. I was thinking maybe I could find the stars here to compare that to someone else's, but there's no stars. So, yeah. I have no way to compare myself to a 5-star country. Or 3-star country, for that matter. Okay, I've got some more research points. I might as well spend it. And this is my fault. I should probably come here first before spending money on everything else. Because if I make unit costs cheaper, I just spent money on units, and I could have gotten it cheaper had I researched that first. But I like to go with tax. So we're just going to... Tax or profit, basically. Let's go ahead and lower the rebels. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, and then we'll spend the rest on scientists. There we go. And let's do... I guess we'll up this a little bit more, too. Okay, I want to make my units more powerful. Upgrade. Okay, I think we're ready to next turn again. Okay, so now we are at... After heavy battles, the rulers of the countries... Okay, so it looks like we are at war. Note the little red line here separating us. So now I can click on them and click attack. And now this is where I can do raid, I can do seaborne, ground assault. I'm just going to do ground assault. And I'm going to do 25% of my units. And I'm going to click send. That sends 25% of all of these available units up here. Okay, now this is units in campaign. This is what I've got going against that country. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at espionage. And spend 1,000 on that. Okay. So, based on the amount of money I spent, he's got 163 infantrymen, 11 archers. Yeah, so I think I've got him beat. He's got like 200 men at most. I'm sending... How much am I sending at him? So many menus. Headquarters, there we go. 2,000, oh yeah, I think this is more than 200, so we should win this battle just fine. In the meantime, I'm gonna go to my research screen and let's go ahead and make units cheaper if we can. Okay, and we're going to grow our army size in case we get attacked. Units that are not in battle automatically defend, so yeah, let's do more infantrymen. Okay, hire all. There we go. And next turn. And my news. Your army demonstrated its military power by successfully capturing the territory of Denmark. So the way this works, you'll note that this here, this country, well, yeah, this here was taken over. So every turn, assuming my military is better than his, I'm just going to systematically capture more land of his until he's out. One thing I have not figured out yet is how to actually go across water and attack him here. It's just weird. I'll show you that in a minute once we get there. Let's go back to research. We'll lower the research costs. There we go, 12%. Let's go and bring in more army here. We'll do infantrymen, archers, cavalrymen, a little bit of reinforcements, hire all. And next turn, your news. Your army demonstrated its military power. So now we're up here. Just making sure my borders are good. Yeah, no one else is attacking me right now. Ranking-wise, I am now first place. That's good. Let's go back to research. Once you get into the flow of it, it's rather repetitive. Go to research, spend your research, go to your army, spend army. Next turn, next turn, next turn, next turn. All right. Research cost, let's go ahead and just spend some money on that. It makes everything cheaper. Probably should have done that first, but again. And army. We'll do we want any mercenaries? I mean, there's trebuchets. I guess we can bring in some trebuchets. Ships, I don't need any yet, but I'll go ahead and get some now. Just a little bit. We don't want these guys. We'll just hire. There we go. And then back to recruitment, we'll do 1, 2, and I guess that's good. I'm trying to protect myself should anyone else attack me. I am sort of dead center here. Here's a look at the entire map in case you're curious. Now, if the interface looks familiar to you, these are the same folks who made Evil Bank Manager. So, another game that I liked playing but also had issues trying to figure out how to play it. It seems like the games that they make, the developers, they're cool mobile-style casual games, but the developers aren't really good at explaining things. Oh, Venice just attacked me and have captured something of mine. Okay, well, we don't want that, so let's go after them now. We're going to attack, and I'm going to send 25%. There we go. Hopefully that's enough. Let's see if they... Let's see what they're... Put an agent there. Espionage. Militiamen, 9,000. They have quite a bit. So... Let's see what we sent against them and see if it was enough. Army. No. Headquarters. Units in campaign. We only sent 4,000, 3,000. Okay, so we sent a good bit, but I'm thinking we should probably send more just to be on the safe side. So we'll attack again. And we'll send another... Let's send another 25%. And I'm hoping that's going to be enough. Alright, so back to research. Let's do, again, more profit. As you can see, it gets more and more expensive, so we may want to focus on other things. How about increasing our militiamen? Yeah, let's do that. And we've got some gold, so let's replenish our troops here. And I guess a few reinforcements. Yeah, higher. Okay, let's click next turn. Your news. Oh my. Poland has now declared war on me. Pomerania has declared war on me. We've managed to successfully beat back Venice. Poland just captured something of the Holy Roman Empire. We captured something of Denmark. Denmark is now sitting down with me to discuss a truce, possibly. Let's take a look here. Enemies. Okay, so right now I'm at war with Poland and Pomerania. So now I'm just going to focus on those two right now. So as you can see, I've captured Denmark. Well, most of it. Now here's the thing. If I were to go to war with him right now, I have no way of attacking him. I don't know how to do it. I don't know if... I mean, I built ships, obviously. And if I try to find them... Send units landborne. Denmark is not here. Sea units. Okay, there's Denmark. So maybe I have to do a seaborne assault against them in the future, now that they're separated by water. Okay, well, let's go ahead and send some units against Pomerania and Poland. So we'll do... well, let's see how much they have first off. We'll send 10% each. And then we'll see what they have. Send a spy. Again, the stars don't mean anything to me. Reconnaissance. Alright, let's do that. Not very helpful. Can we do it again? There we go. 5,583 militiamen. So they've got a lot of militiamen. Pomerania has... I guess we have to send more espionage. 2,556. Let's spend... Yeah. We're just going to keep spending espionage, I guess. Okay, 2,556. All right. So I need to send at least, I want to say 10,000 against each, or maybe 5,000 just to be safe. So let's go to headquarters. Let's go to, what do we have going now? Units in campaign. We've got, I want to say 5,000. I want to see a total number here too. That would be nice. So I don't have to do the math in my head. But yeah, I think we want to send at least 20 more percent. I'm going to click this twice for each one. And now back to this. 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 4,000, 3,000. Let's try that and see how well we do. Let's go back to research and shore up. Let's go and upgrade these guys further. 20%, 24%. Okay. Reinforcements. We're not really using those. And then army. Let's go ahead and buff up our army a bit more. There we go. And next turn. Okay, so relations have been strained across multiple people because I'm attacking them. But I did capture a part of Poland, and I'm now capturing a part of Pomerania. So this is going to go on for a little bit longer. I'm just going to try and capture as many things as I can. Every turn, spend research points to better my empire. Okay. And then grow my army even more. Rinse and repeat. And that is the gist of this game. Obviously, there might be a little bit more to it, with the reconnaissance part of it, but it's not a bad game, okay? I'm not going to say it's a bad game, but it could do some things better to make the quality of life for the user improved. Some of this information is hidden in the background, like the whole star system. Assigning stars to an enemy country means nothing to me if you do not assign stars to my own so I can compare them. It's like trying to compare apples to oranges. I know how many numbers I have. I've got 5,000 of this and 5,000 of that and 10,000 of this. How do I compare that with stars? I need to know how many stars my army is currently worth. Then I can go, okay, I've got 8 stars, he's got 3. I clearly have more strength than he does, so maybe I should attack. It doesn't tell me numbers, of course, but it gives me the general idea. I've got way more than he does. And that I think we need to see that. So anyway, that is the general gist of generals and rulers. Not bad, but for $12, though, I don't know. I'm hard-pressed to recommend it because of the issues with it. Again, the tutorial isn't very... It gives you the basics, but doesn't explain some of the more advanced stuff. And the whole... I'll click anywhere in the tutorial, and it'll still advance me regardless if I click the right button. So, it's just little things like that. $12. You decide whether or not you want to pick it up. For $12, I would probably wait for a sale. But you do you. You know your pocketbook and your interests better than I do. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.